So I do want to mention that there's nothing wrong or ignoble with choosing a life in which you work a low-paid hourly wage and you retire at 70 with only your Social Security savings of, or stipend of $1,500 to live on. If you're content with that. Many people do that. So I'll say that one more time just to make sure you understand. There's nothing wrong with, I guess, taking a job where you get paid very little, retire at 70, and take just Social Security and live a very modest life because of that, if you want to do that. And I can kind of apply that even to people who have a higher pay, but who choose to live with a lot of debt and don't save anything, because they kind of end up in the same boat. If they haven't saved anything, or if they've taken a lot of debt, even if they have the higher income, they still end up at the end of their retirement life with just Social Security to live on. However, I do want you to understand that even though there's nothing wrong with choosing that, if that is something you choose, understand that a life of never taking any risks that advance you, that push you to that next stepping stone, is still, in my mind, the riskiest choice of all. Because living with little to no savings means that life can be very easily derailed. Anything from a car repair, medical issues, any kind of other expensive emergency that you run across, it can completely explode your life. And we know that these kind of emergencies throughout life are inevitable, which means that your life ends up being chaotic and difficult as you stick to this path. And so even though it looks like the easy path, because you're just kind of kicking back and just doing the bare minimum, this easy path becomes the difficult path. And this is why I personally advocate a safer and ultimately less stressful path. A path where you work hard in the beginning and you create safety and comfort for yourself in the long run. And so that might be looked at as the harder path, but the harder path becomes the easy path. We work because we want to stop working. The goal of working should be to get free of that work obligation and allow yourself to do whatever you want. Give yourself the most precious commodity of all, which is time. And I feel like I worked as hard as I did because I'm lazy. And that might come as a surprise to you, considering how many hours I put in, but I'm still in that stage right now. I wanted to stop working. I wanted to retire early, and I want to float around the world doing whatever I want to do without a care for whatever it costs. And I can't do that unless I bust my ass in the meantime and get to a point where I have enough resources set aside so that kind of dream is possible. So let's look at that again real quick. How do we do that? Again, there's a lot of really good books on this, but in a nutshell, first of all, you need to build yourself. Your skills and your value need to be built up. This builds up your income, your value, your potential. Learn to have others work for you if you can. Learn to delegate. That gives you more time, allows you to do the things that only you can do, or to earn money in a different way. Seek ways to find passive income. Ideally, seek things that require very little or no ongoing input, which is again passive income, and that allows you to save less money in your investment bucket. You may recall when we were talking about setting aside money, you have your investment bucket, you have your passive income, and the more passive income you have coming in, the less you have to save in your big investment bucket, the less you have to set aside every month. And it also kind of creates an extra safety net for you. So there's a lot of different paths towards passive income. Real estate rentals is one of them that can create a positive cash flow. Even something like a YouTube video could do it. If it's got something where you've got advertisements on it and you get enough people to watch it, you can start your own business that scales up to the point where others can run it for you. That turns into passive income. But the idea is to exit the rat race, as soon as you can, and use your money and have it work for you. So in summary, seek new skills and advancement, educate yourself, and get to that next stepping stone. Remember that work is sacrifice, so be efficient with your sacrifice by staying focused on the goal, which is to get out. And if you want to do this quicker, you need to start a business that scales. And remember that we're working so that we can stop working.